a long time ago, long before this quarantine, in 2010, I had just broken up with a girl, and I was really disappointed because 2 weeks after we broke up, there was a coin show that I wanted to go to, and I was hoping to take her there. You see, a lot of people who collect coins are a lot older than me. Most people are married, and I never felt comfortable going alone. And but we broke up, and I went to the coin show anyway, and I had the best time of my life. And the other thing I realized was that instead of having one partner, now I had 7.8 billion, well, maybe not 7.8 at the billion at the time, I think about 7 billion partners at the time. And I had a good time. It made me realize that everything you can do with a girl, you can do without. The only exception probably being having biological children. Anything else you could do with a girl, you could do alone. And unfortunately, this is one problem that I have, is that I always miss my time alone when I start dating, and that's part of the reason why I'm still single after all these years. In 2013, I competed in my first computer Olympiad, and that summer I met another girl, and I just felt like I was giving up writing a computer game every time I was with her. If I remember correctly, that's part of the reason we didn't stick together. And then a few years go by, I wrote quite a number of computer games, and I started to become a little bit satisfied with it. And then I went out to meet another girl, but she wanted children, which was really disappointing because I was hoping to marry her for her citizenship, so I could, it's from a second world country, and I could move there and retire and write my computer games. But she wanted children, and I didn't think I could balance having children with the computer games, and I certainly couldn't retire if we had any children. So we broke up over that. And then I met another girl who was a lot younger than her, and she and I got into an argument because she thought I was cheating on her because I was writing computer games during the time we were together, and she thought I was online talking to some other girl. And I stormed out of her home. I talked about this in my last video. I stormed out of her home, and I was so lost in thought that I was only supposed to drive 3 miles to go back home, but I ended up 100 miles east in Vantage. This is a small town just outside of Ellensburg, and they have very dark skies, and I saw Jupiter, I saw Saturn, and I started getting fascinated with viewing the night sky. The next year I went to see a solar eclipse. I went to see a lunar eclipse a few months after that. What else happened? Anyways, and so I never wanted to meet another girl again because it would just take away time for me to do that. And I mean, some of these things I have done with girls before. It's an extra constraint, right? When I take a girl with me to go see the lunar eclipse, or when I take a girl with me to the coin show, or it's just an extra constraint. It's not impossible, but I like to do things on my own way, and have 7.8 billion other partners to do them with. And then I started dating another girl last year, and she wants children, but she's considerably younger than me. We have some time before she thinks about children. I'm starting to accept the idea of having children too. I no longer want to retire to write my computer games, so then we went into quarantine, obviously, and then I started writing. Yesterday I showed you how you could predict the stock market with astronomical algorithms, and also I've been taking a lot of walks because the only thing that's publicly open is the city parks, right? And I really like it. I got a lot of exercise during the time I was away from the girl, and I discovered quite a few new things around town. Today I'll probably take a walk on Mercer Island. I haven't gone to Ellensburg since the quarantine, though. I work with a few senior citizens, and I definitely don't want to bring back any extraterrestrial diseases, right, when I go view the night sky in Ellensburg. I don't mind getting sick myself. I mean, I feel stronger every day, but I work with a lot of senior citizens. I cannot live with myself if I inadvertently killed one of them. So, anyways, that's part of the reason why I'm single. It's so terrifying to give up that personal, I call it a solosexual relationship. It's so terrifying to divorce from your solosexual relationship. Thanks for watching.